Man, we got a classic AFC North rivalry to top off the end of the regular season. It's going to be good. All right, what's going on, guys? My name is Antonio, and this is the AAS. I'm your host, Antonio Finucci. Today, we are talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mason Rudolph going into Baltimore to take on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. The Steelers, coming off a big win against my team, the Seahawks, as you can tell. Got to give my props out to where it's due. But I have tons of respect for the Steelers fans and their fan base. Meanwhile, the Ravens, coming off of a big win against Miami and clinch the number one seed for the second time in franchise history. But man, this is good. This is going to be a good game. It always is between these two teams. But the question is, if you're the Baltimore Ravens, do you bench your team now that you have the number one seed? Or do you keep your starters in and try to knock off Pittsburgh? But, excuse me, I've had a little cold recently, so if I am coughing throughout the video, I apologize for that in advance. But, man, this is going to be a good game, but I think the Ravens should try to knock off the Pittsburgh Steelers because of a few reasons. Number one, they're your most hated rival of your division. And number two, you need to have this win against your rival. Knocking them out of playoff contention. Now, we know the Pittsburgh Steelers have faced a lot of adversity, saying that they were going to come in last place. I even said that. So, for now, I see the Ravens, for the Steelers, coming in third place of their division, right ahead of Cincinnati, depending on what happens to the Bengals this week. But this game is do or die for the Pittsburgh Steelers because you need to win this game. Because you need some help. Big time. You need help from Miami to beat for them to beat Buffalo. You need help from the Colts and Texans, hoping that it ties, which last time that happened, it was a one-team win. But the Steelers need to get this win in order to keep their playoff hopes alive and hope some teams choke in the process. But the Ravens have been so dominant at home. They have beaten down my Hogs at their house. They've beaten down the Lions. They've beaten down the Dolphins. And even the Bengals when Joe Burrow was in there for the first little set of quarters until Jake Browning came in. But I see the Ravens winning this one because they are probably going to start all their starters and try to knock off the Pittsburgh Steelers. But anyways, that's my topic for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. But wait, hold on a minute. I'm actually going to put in some keys here. So, a key for Pittsburgh. I'm going to go over 2 keys for Pittsburgh, and I'm going to go over 2 keys for the Baltimore Ravens. First, I'm going to do the Steelers. The first key for the Pittsburgh Steelers is to get turnovers on defense. We all know the Pittsburgh Steelers are really good on defense, and they have to force those turnovers on Lamar Jackson. They have to win this game. Because if you leave that Raven offense out there for too long, then they're eventually just going to blow you away. As far as their key on offense is to just run it up the gut and try to keep the Ravens defense on the field as long as they can. As we all know, their running game is so dang good. They ran all over my Hawks, which I did not expect it to go out like that, but still, gotta give props where it's due. But the Steelers are so good in their running game, as I said. Mason Rudolph coming in is really up the passing game, but they have to keep this Ravens team contained. They're the number one scoring defense. They're the number one sacker rating defense. They're number 1 in turnovers. And they are so good on defense. You got Patrick Queen, Jadeveon Clowney, former Seahawk, I might add. You got loads of guys on this defense that can make plays. And they have to keep them contained. So that way you can keep the defense on the field as long as you can. Now for the Ravens keys. The first key for the Baltimore Ravens on their defense is to stop the run. As we all know, as I said, the Steelers are really good at running the ball. But if they could get up there, as they did against San Francisco, if they could get under their skin, if they can really get under their skin and snuff the run, they can win this game on defense alone. And then, the second key for the Ravens offense is to get as many scores as possible. We all know that the Steelers are really good at trying to keep themselves in the game, but you have to get ahead early. You know that the Steeler fans are going to try to come into Baltimore. As we all know, they're one of the best traveling franchises in the NFL. There are going to be a lot of fans in Baltimore of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have to take that crowd out early, as was the key for the Seahawks when they lost to the Steelers. You have to take that Steeler crowd out early. You have to give them no hope. You have to be relentless, no mercy. You have to keep scoring down the field. You have to keep their defense on the field as long as you can so your defense can get those turnovers and do all the dirty work. But anyways, those are my keys for this game. This game is a massive must-win for the Pittsburgh Steelers to keep their hopes of the playoffs alive. But anyways, that's my topic for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the notification bell. I'll catch you guys in the next one. So long for now.